All right, regular Joes and James that are law-abiding citizens that go to and from work, whether they're on welfare or drinking a 40 on the corner, law-abiding citizens, this don't apply to them. When you're out there slinging drugs, robbing, or doing something on that other side of the law,
Yeah.
then if you go to the police, testify on the stand on someone, that's being a snitch. That's being a rat.
Okay.
You still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, somebody tried to call me, so I thought they stopped it. Now, situation. Edenwald Projects, Bronx, New York. We're in the 80s. I'm getting money. He's doing some things. 89, he has a situation that he's not selling in front of his building.
And you talking
I don't
about
know. I'm not.
You talking about Choke No Joke, correct?
Choke No Joke. Arthur Alston. We used to call him Artie. Artie wasn't getting no money in front of his building. We had some guys that was heavy into the game. They was in front of his building. He was a featherweight, so he couldn't be out there. Now, I had drugs in the area, and he was friends with my co-defendant. I knew him, but we wasn't like that. I knew who he was. So on the strength of my co-defendant came to me, and my co-defendant asked for money on behalf of Choke. So Choke didn't ask me directly for nothing.
Okay.
Sheesh.
So I'm like, all right, well, listen, I'm going to take care of that. Give him a little something, let him rock, and he can rock it over here because he can't sell in front of his building. So, boom. We let that. His characteristics, he really has not changed because I was 17 at the time, and he's a little older than me, so he was 18 or 19, and he was Gossip City then. So he's the type of person, if you're standing out in the cold selling drugs, you want a little clown like him around because he'll have you laugh and he'll tell you some stuff you don't believe, but it'll make you laugh.
He the entertainer. He the entertainer. He the jokester. He the clown. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. He's a sideshow.
Yeah.
Any rate, I was selling drugs. I had gotten into an altercation with some guys. They jumped me. They got away with a little bit of that was left in the package. So robbery. Boom. It's because we was going through our little stuff with the turf situation.
Yeah.
All right. Long story short, because I don't know how much time is permitted, but long story short, there was two of them. I caught one, stabbed him in the chest the same day. He lived. And another day, I had a Honda Accord. I had went to a motel. I let Choke hold it. This is facts. It was overnight. So early the next morning, ran into Choke, got the car back. He still wanted to ride around. So I ran into somebody, told me, yo, this dude is in this area. Dude that was a part of the robbery.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to see him.
All right, so as soon as you said you're going to see him, did he want to leave the car? Did he want to be involved in what was going on?
There was no, what was that, Menace to Society? What was that movie where the guy
Boys
was
in the
Muslim
Hood.
brother?
Boys in the Hood, yeah.
There was no Boys in the Hood moment.
Yeah.
There was no Boys in the Hood moment. Boom. It was me, him, my co-defendant, and a female in a car. So we see the dude. Now, I'm driving. Jump out the joint. My co-defendant jump out the joint. We run down on him. I hit him up. Knife. I hit him up with a knife. Now, he didn't actually see. Choke didn't actually see what happened. At least from the beginning. He caught the end because he moved the car. So I jumped out. Key was still in the car still on. He gets in the car. He moves it up. So we hit the dude up. I get arrested later on that day. Police got witnesses to it. One of them was my uncle.
Okay.
So my uncle, another witness, my uncle didn't say he saw me do the crime, but he basically put me in the scene, chasing the guy. Yeah. You know, some people don't know enough. Even though you're on the wrong side of the law, you don't know enough, so you think it's okay. Well, listen, I'm going to tell the police this because they already know this.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. So my main witness said she saw me stab him up. She picked out a photo of someone else and then picked me out of a lineup. So her individual testimony leaves enough room for me to get reasonable doubt because she has a picture of one person and a lineup of me.
Exactly.
And she's calling me Force, not Johnny. Now, the difference is anybody could be named Force. Johnny is me.
Yeah.
Now, he comes into play. I get locked up. I don't know how they do now because I've been fortunate enough to not be involved in any
That's a blessing.
Criminal going to court or none of that. But back then, when you get locked up, it's days before you could get to Rikers Island. I was in one precinct overnight. They transferred me to another precinct. Then I went to central booking. So it took me like 3 to 4 days to get to Rikers Island where I could use the phone. So when I use the phone, I call home. I send word to my co-defendant saying, listen, bring my car home, leave it there because it might be hot. That's like common sense. But I didn't have to know anything about the law or nothing about the police investigation or nothing. Just like, leave it alone. They still riding around in it. Unbeknownst to me at the time, the day after the homicide, the police pulled my co-defendant over for making an illegal U-turn. He produced my driver's license. I had a temporary at the time, so it didn't have a photo. So when they asked him, are you Johnny? He's like, no, Johnny's at home asleep. He let me borrow the car. So they're like, where's your ID? So he produces his own ID. There's 4 people in the car. He wanted the paperwork. Dude couldn't find the paperwork. Police gave him a ticket. There was no reason for them to be, this particular police is not homicide.
Exactly.
There was no reason for him to be thinking about the car. So later on, I'm speaking because of what I learned during the course of trial and the hearings.
Yeah.
Police come, they're like central booking or whatever, they're speaking, my name comes up, and as a person that got arrested for the homicide. And he's like, I just pulled over his car today. And they said, well, listen, if you see that car again, pull it over. It might have evidence in it. And he told them that there was a bat in the trunk. They was like, well, that bat might have been used in a homicide. Okay. A few more days later, after I told, them to stay out of the car, or I said word to them rather, because I didn't actually speak to my co-defendant, they get pulled over. But there's only 2 of them in the car this time, Choke and my co-defendant. Now, through their investigation with the lady and my uncle, they already looking for my co-defendant. That's it. It was only 2 people they were looking for. They had me, and then they was grabbing him. In my paperwork, it says, when they seen him, they said, you're under arrest. They played Choke because his fucking ass was in the car. So they're assuming you know what's going down. Now, I can't actually tell you what was said to Choke from the police because there's no record of that. There's no record of what the police say
of course
to him when they took him into the precinct.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court allows police to lie to you in order to get a statement,
of course,
a confession, or what have you. So if they took him in there and said that witnesses said there was 3 people, whatever, I don't know. All I know is that as a result of him going in there, they got a statement from him saying that I got out of the car with a knife pouch and chased the guy around the corner. He didn't see what happened, but when I came back, I had blood on my shirt and my nose was bleeding. Now, I don't know what else. You're still there?
Yeah, I still got you.
People keep trying to call me. I got to deny the calls. I don't know what else took place. Now, the female that was in the car with us, matter of fact, she's one of the people that I told to give them the information to bring my car home. She told me after my co-defendant got arrested, she told me that Artie was telling, that Choke was telling, and I didn't believe her. She said, well, he said, fuck y'all, blah, blah, blah. I said, nah, she's lying. She's just trying to create some tension and dissension amongst us. Boom. Now, I go to trial almost a year later. So when it's coming time for trial, now they didn't give, and this is in my transcripts, they didn't produce his statement until trial. So all the time in my preparation for trial, get my discovery, where you get the evidence against you, the witnesses, what have you, Brady material.
Yeah, exactly.
Rosario, that was never produced. So I wasn't sure of where he stood. Mm-hmm. So when it came time for trial to come, my lawyer's telling me, Arthur Alston, I didn't know his last name at the time, but I knew Arthur Artie, got to be the same motherfucker. Mm-hmm. He said, Arthur is going to testify. Arthur, what?
They hit you with a sneak pick. That's the sneak pick, the prosecutor's sneak pick right there, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got word to him and actually got a hold of him and spoke to him. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, come to court? He's like, yo, they was going to charge me with the murder, blah, 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 blah. I knew that wasn't about nothing, but I can't tell you because I wasn't there. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there in the precinct when they had him and like, yo, they lying. I couldn't tell him that. Mm-hmm. Now, the prosecutor is in his face, finger in his chest or face or whatever, saying, this is what's going to happen to you. He's a little bitch. Yeah. So he's scared. Oh, listen, you're going to go to jail for perjury. So he's telling me this perjury stuff. I'm like, yo, that ain't about nothing, man. Subpoena, you ain't got to come in no subpoena. Don't come. So there was a couple of adjournments. So even in the minutes, it proved, I put it online in the minutes where he came day after day after day talking to the prosecutor, prepping him. My uncle got subpoenaed. My uncle ain't come.
Ain't show up.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fuck that. I ain't coming. Mm-hmm. So I told him, listen, man, you don't come to court, you don't face a subpoena. Worst case scenario, you'll pay a fine, man. I'm gonna pay the fine, man. Don't come. Like, yo, gotta come, man. I gotta come. I said, all right, well, listen, if you're gonna come, then this is what we're gonna do. We switch this story up. Boom. You drop me off at the motel. I let you my car. I ain't seen you. You didn't see me no more. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm.
So how long did you do in prison over that?
25 years, 7 months, and 5 days. I don't know the actual amount of hours, but
yeah, that's crazy.
I had 20 to life, got sentenced to 20 to life. I got denied parole 3 times. On my 4th parole board, I got released.
Yeah.